Welcome to today's Gold and Silver Club weekly commodities review presented by the Gold and Silver Club. We'll be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will be covering an overview of the commodities markets. We'll be reviewing the top trades of the week. We'll cover live market commentary, technical analysis, and of course, if you've got any questions at all, just put those in the chat, okay? And we can go through those during the course of the session. So let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. For those of you who are new to our sessions, the Gold and Silver Club is an international commodities trading research advisory group. We specialize in the precious metals, the energies and the agricultural markets. The Gold and Silver Club is recognized as the leading go-to authority on commodities. And as internationally respected experts, our analysis and opinions on the metals, the energies, the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels, publications including Bloomberg, Reuters, CNN, Global Banking and Finance Review, and the Wall Street Journal, to name a few. Our team of experts has advised and taught technical analysis, fundamental research, and portfolio management to more than 75,000 private and institutional clients worldwide. For more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please do just visit our website at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, super. Right, we shall get into it. So we'll have a look at the price of gold right now. We're currently trading at $1,107 an ounce. So it's been a nice breakdown this week on gold. I hope some of you caught some of the sell shorts that we were looking at just from last week's session. So it's been quite a lucrative week on the gold market. Okay, so we'll move over to the technical. So first of all, let me just talk you through gold first. So we can see here, let's take it out to the larger time frames. You can see here we've got this overhead resistance channel which we came into at the beginning, or about midway through August, after we'd had a decent rally. We came all the way up to the upper end of this trend channel, found resistance. It was the fourth bounce off that zone, and we consolidated last week, and then we just broken down nicely within the overall context of this downward trend. So you can see this head and shoulder pattern sitting on the trend line. Also, we had horizontal resistance. There were a lot of this is like a textbook setup. We had also V-shaped reversal pattern, horizontal support, and we just broke down really nicely. We consolidated this week, couldn't get above resistance. We were ricocheting between support and resistance, then we broke down. Now, what do we need to know moving forward about gold? Okay, it's a few points to note at the moment. So we are now at another trend channel. So we just draw out, gold follows trend channels really well. So if you just draw out this trend channel on the left, you'll see, okay, very clear, right? You're seeing this very clear trend channel. So we do have another area of support that if we breach this zone, we could be heading lower here for gold. You are, though, just if you have a look at the left side of the chart, you're coming into a lot of previous resistance. Also, it's a psychological zones. You've got previous support, looks like it's going to turn resistance, and we're building up a base. Now, we've got FOMC statement next Wednesday, and I'll talk you through opportunities to trade that very shortly, but with the Gold and Silver Club. But essentially, at the moment, we are sitting on the sidelines with gold because we want to see what the next major move will be. We've taken advantage of this really nice sell short opportunity over the last week. We're at a major support zone. If you're selling into gold from a break of 1100 at the moment, you just need to be out of that trade, I would say fairly nimble, just prior to FOMC next Wednesday, because that is likely to be a very volatile announcement. It's likely to be a hugely profitable announcement as well for gold against the US dollar, but you just want to make sure you've got some capital on the sidelines so you can get involved in that trade once we get a breakout. Typically on FOMC we consolidate, and the September one is a huge one historically, and also this year in particular, the September FOMC statement on Wednesday, next Wednesday. So make sure you've got that in your diary. I'm sure a lot of you are aware that moves the metals like nobody's business. So we're about to get some huge moves on the precious metals next Wednesday. So for the time being, staying neutral on gold, staying on the sidelines. And what we're doing, we're awaiting the next setup here, which we want to trade on the FOMC next week. There might be some short-term opportunities here around this zone, but it could be short-lived, particularly as we tend to consolidate prior to FOMC. Now, if we move over and just have a look at silver, silver also struggling with its resistance zone. Very clear overhead trend channels. It's been consolidating about a week now. There is the potential, I would say, for silver to pop lower here. We're just consolidating. We could just have a nice pop, but it's got a lot of support just at the left of the chart. So I would suggest we need to break through this support. You're getting a bit of a pennant forming as well. We could pop just lower here prior to FOMC next week. It's just consolidating. The big play I see this morning at the moment and from yesterday is copper. Copper had a really decent rally. Copper, you've got some correlation with oil there as well. It's right at the upper end of its trend channel. You've got a nice clear rejection, 3 days. Now it's coming down. And I think once this triggers and starts really building up momentum, it will come down thick and fast to the lower end of its trend line. So that is a little bit of a tip for you there. Copper is looking really good for some downside movement here. So just keep an eye on that for copper. It looks good. You really want to make sure you are on it with this copper trade because it's a good opportunity. Also looking over to oil as well. If we have a look at light sweet crude oil, we've still got this pennant formation. So oil has been super to sell during this whole downward trend, just ricocheting between support and resistance, staircase patterns. So you've just seen consolidate, breakdown, consolidate, breakdown, consolidate, breakdown. And that's been fantastic. Just for a day trader perspective, it's brilliant. When oil does this, it's very straightforward trading, just to take advantage of that. Now it's had the big breakout to the upside. We caught some momentum to the upside. It got overextended to the upside. We caught the momentum down. Now this zone at the moment is tricky, okay? It's more difficult. You're in more of a challenging zone as we come towards the end of the pennant. So now it's decision time for oil. I would expect a rotation potentially back down to the lower end of the pennant today. If we do break out from the resistance, we could be in for quite a decent breakout. Got overhead trend channel, supportive trend channel. So we really want to see which way this is going to break. It was either going to have a big breakout this afternoon, possibly on the Baker Hughes, or we'll do it next week as we come into Monday and Tuesday, or potentially on FOMC. But we're in a bit of a consolidation here on light sweet crude oil. So around this zone, it's more challenging because we're just waiting really oil to make a decision. But I see opportunities for a breakout in either direction, particularly if we break through. You've got weekly lows here. Now moving over to the grains, we've got soybeans, which has been breaking down over the last week or so. It's just been channeling quite tightly. It's getting tighter and tighter, this overall channel. You can see that quite clearly here. It's a bit of a wedge for me, actually. So we're waiting a resolution. Now, one point to note is we've got the USDA report coming out just later on today. If that is bound to provide some volatility, we've got this getting tighter and tighter, the price action here. We're either going to get a big breakout to the upside or we'll get a big break down here. We are in this from earlier entries just for a sell at the moment. We're looking to take advantage of a lot of clean air below. If we do start to break down, because we've got about 5-year lows we're breaching at the moment, just on the soybeans chart, you can see that just on the much larger time frames. You haven't really visited these levels since 2009. So we're looking to take advantage of that. But what I would look at here is if we do get a breakout to the upside on soybeans today, I would look at that being sold into potentially. So if we do see a big move to the upside, we'll look to sell into strength if we continue this overall downward trend. But we'll see how that comes out today. We might well just break down even lower. Wheat is also at decision point, had a pretty big gap once we moved to the new contracts here. We're over into the December contracts and we gapped on that. We've come back up to resistance. So we're just channeling at resistance, potential for a breakout or a break back down. So we're also watching wheat, but all eyes on the USDA report. And also we're just seeing continuation with coffee. It just continues to consolidate at the lower end of its trend channel at the moment. It's been ricocheting between support and resistance for quite some time here. Okay, great stuff. So there is an opportunity to trade next week with us when we trade the FOMC statement live. Okay, and it's very likely to be one of the biggest trading opportunities, I would say, certainly of this quarter, if not potentially of the year. There's so much expectation for this FOMC statement. So what we provide on the live trading room, we go over live analysis, live trading ideas. We also cover live support over the course of that session. We'll be trading the session live with you as well. So very simply, we do actually have an enrollment for this next week. Okay, so you can trade the FOMC with the Gold and Silver Club live. I'll go through details with you. Essentially, we'll be doing enrollment from next Monday, so you can enroll with us from Monday the 14th. You will need to get in touch ASAP because we've got limited time prior to the FOMC statement on Wednesday to get you completely set up. Now, when you do get set up with the Gold and Silver Club, essentially you'll have access to the live trading room. You'll also get access to our private membership academy, which has over 50 hours of trainings on there and training videos, which is really just gold dust. So I would urge you to get in touch ASAP if you would like to take advantage of this opportunity opportunity next week. We will be providing all the entries, exits and so forth that we are taking during that session. So all you need to do is go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. Enrollment is by application only, club.com. If you have any issues with that at all, it's just on the link. Very rarely that we do, but if you do, you just want to email us directly, just email us at office@thegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, so either is fine. Preference for jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, but you can use both. And again, we'll be doing enrollments on Monday next week. So all you need to do to enroll is go to that link. You'll have a very straightforward application to fill out, and from there we'll get in touch with you ASAP and get you set up. And of course, we look forward then to welcoming you to the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, fantastic. So that brings us to the end of today's session, guys. So I see some good opportunities as we come into this afternoon. So it's been great to have you guys back here again. So have a great weekend, good trading for today, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.